More than 300 graves were found on the maps he drew in prison. His victims' hands were bound. Bodies bitten. Buttocks stabbed. Their testicles sliced off and shoved in the mouth. These were the agonies they faced under Luis Garavito, or the Beast, one of the worst serial killers who tormented Colombia in the 90s. Garavito was a priest, a farmer, a gambler. Garavito wore many characters to the boys he lured to death. These children, ages 6 to 16, were either peasants, orphans, or homeless due to the Civil War still happening since 1958. Money, sweets, and even employment blinded them from Garavito's real character. Little did they know that their grave would end up being drawn on one of his maps. No reports were filed for years. Authorities did not take much notice until mass graves were uncovered in 1997. In 1998, a note had been found near the 3 bloated bodies of Garavito's victims. Written on it was the address that led them to his girlfriend. She did not know where the drifter was, but she betrayed his possessions. A box contained pictures of the children he butchered and a calendar scrawled with their tally marks. Then, a homeless man rescued his latest victim. The Beast was captured. Upon interrogation, he insisted he was innocent. But upon hearing a narration of his atrocities, the Beast was tamed and brought down to tears, asking God and mankind for forgiveness. He was found guilty of the murder of 138 children. Authorities believe it is closer to 400. Murder could get someone roughly 13 years in Colombia. Multiply that by 138, Garavito's sentence clocks in at 1,853 years and 9 days, the longest in Colombia. Inside a maximum security prison in Valledupar, he was imprisoned away from other inmates. Death awaited his kind in those prisons. But 40 years was as far as Colombian law could imprison him, and with Garavito's aid in finding his victims' bodies, this sentence went down to 22 years. However, his crimes against children could force him to spend at least 60 years in prison. Anyone who hears such evil wonders why. How could someone descend to such deviance? His childhood might give some semblance of reason. It was believed that Garavito's mother was a prostitute. His alcoholic father abused her and his 6 siblings. He let his son watch his mother work, until eventually, the clients turned to the boy. Garavito would escape his tortured childhood to find himself still tortured in the streets. A man once promised him a meal and a place to stay, but all he got was abuse. A few days after, he joined a criminal gang to protect himself. He then took on jobs to survive, once as a peddler of religious icons. His case was not so senseless. The abused became the abuser. At least that's what his testimonies say. Garavito once expressed his intent to help abused children, his field of expertise. Letting him do it might demand a much longer discussion. He is expected to be eligible for parole this 2021 after serving 3/5 of his sentence. Perhaps the discussion must be had sooner.